Alright, got another little fun follow-up video for the Tyro89. The first video, I just flew it as it came out of the box. Well, actually had to assemble it, so it came as it was designed to be put together. 2.5-inch propellers, that's what it came with, and the Runcam Nano, 2 I believe. And now I switched this over, same frame, everything, same electronics. I just put the 3-inch prop on here. This is the Gemfan 3016 3-bladed propeller. Pretty nice propeller. You can see this frame does fit 3-inch propellers, no problem. It just gets very close to the canopy, as you can see here, so you got to be careful how you manage your wires. And just for fun, I decided to go ahead and stick a Runcam Split 3 Nano with a 20x20 board, not the whoop style board, in here. And that's where the board looks like right there. You see the SD card right there. So I put the SD card on this side of the canopy, and it's very easily to eject the card and change the card. It's not a problem. And the buttons are, I think they're back here. Yeah, they're on the back side here, right below the USB port for the flight controller. And literally this was like a 15-minute upgrade. I just soldered on the little connector that matches the camera port for the camera, unplugged the Nano 2, and then I soldered on that a similar plug to the Runcam Nano, and then I just plugged that into the flight controller. The flight controller supports up to 2 amps, probably pretty close to the limit here in terms of all the electronics. You got your Runcam Nano HD camera, and you have your receiver, and you got your video transmitter. So I think that if you do put a 200 milliwatt video transmitter on here, you're probably going to exceed the limit of the BEC at 2 amps on the flight controller, but at least at 25 milliwatts it seems to be fine in this setup here. And to get the extra board in there for the HD camera, I have to use longer screws here. So these are some M2 by 20 millimeter screws right here. And then I didn't bother putting the rubber cover on here again. That's cosmetic. Then I just did a little bit of different configuration in terms of how I installed the screw. I have a nut here on the bottom, and then a couple nuts here on top there. Seems to be okay. There's only 3 of them, so you need 3 of those M2 by 20 screws, and that raises the canopy up a little bit more so that you can put that extra board in there. You got to be really careful how you route your wires around here. You can see all the props are really close to the wires, as you can see here. So I mean, nothing is in immediate danger, but I think that if you're in a pretty bad crash, things might move around and things might get cut. So you should be aware that if you are doing this mod and want to go to a 3-inch propeller, you're taking a risk that you might be cutting up some wires, and you want to be really careful how you route your wires there. But in terms of upgrading it, it was really simple, because basically the power for the camera and the video is on a plug, and you just have to put the same plug and solder onto the board for the Split Mini. So that was pretty much it. And then of course the Nano camera is the same size at 14 millimeters. That goes in really easily. And then I just switched the propellers out, and that's it. I'm flying the same tune as before. And yeah, I was pretty surprised it was actually that easy, and it actually worked. I wasn't sure if the BEC would be able to handle the extra HD camera, but it seems to be totally fine. And yeah, I've got a few flights on this, and it turns on every time. So I'll put the parts for the Split Mini Nano down in the description, as well as the props, and you can probably run the same tune, and it runs pretty good. It probably needs a little bit of tweaking, but other than that, I think it flies pretty good. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Alright, so I don't want to crash. It's been raining like crazy. As you can see, tons of water here. So I'm running the same pit tune. I haven't changed anything. Just changed the props and added the Runcam Split Nano. It needs a little bit of a pit tune. Either that, or it just needs a little bit more feed forward. The extra weight is making it a little bit loose. I can't see any vibrations in the video. It looks okay. I think these props sound a little odd. Maybe it's because they're so close together. That's a possibility. They sound way different than these are actually the same props that are on the Larva X HD, which I just flew recently on these same 3-inch props. You can go back in that video and it sounded way different. Oh yeah, I'm also running a different battery too. Running a heavier battery this one as well. This whole setup's quite a bit heavier than before, but I am also running bigger props instead of 2.5-inch props, so I should have more power, more efficiency. Run the battery all the way down. We got a pretty good flight time on that tattoo, the 450 on the 2.5-inch prop. But the HD video looks good on this, then I might go to 4.1. And now taxing the battery here. You can hear the voltage sag there. And there's some prop wash oscillation. More prop wash. Alright, getting a better feel on this prop. Getting close to the end of the battery. Maybe not quite yet. The sound is kind of interesting. It just sounds so weird. I'm pretty sure it's because the props are really close together. I think it's purely an accident that this frame is supporting 3-inch props. It is very, very close to the electronics back, so I think if you crash and the wires pop out, you might have to do some soldering. Anyway, I'll have more videos in this setup later. Let me know if you guys are interested in that. Maybe a Betaflight 401 tune. But for now, I think it's a pretty good little conversion. Pretty happy.